Hey guys, this is Kirob speaking, and today we have to tackle a little problem in the world of the light campaign of automation, with Billy McSpeck being at it designing his cars, because we do have this massive downturn, or this bust of the bubble. I fear that it will be a head and shoulders pattern, like blop, blop, and then another little bounce here, a dead cat bounce, and then just crashing down once again. But I do hope that it stabilizes somewhere around the 0.75 mark, or even a little bit higher. But yes. Right, let's take a look at what we are currently having. We have the Hockenheim, which is producing far too many cars right now to be sold. As you can see here, we have 2,800 of them sitting in stock. And currently, because we are producing so many of them and not selling that many of them, just 300 and 120 in Florinia, we are making a little bit of loss here. So what I'm going to do is to cancel it right away, because just in a few months' time the production will be shut down anyway, to make room for the Hockenheim Mark II, which is the absolute bonkers car we have built. And we do have, well, we don't have in stock the enough hypercars, that's for sure. What we could do is just to adjust the making of these cars for 1 month and then shut it down, like produce no more supercars, but produce a few more convertibles and lots more hypercars, and then just shut it down. So let's do that first. Let's revise the car and head over to production, and now we want to unlock this one and put it up like maybe 16 cars per day. And the super convertible, no, this one we want to lock now and put it all the way down. Yeah, we can make 1 per day. Something like this. And 23 of this. Alright, that is something we can run for a month or so. And what does it look like here? Now we, of course, as we are producing many more of the hyper variant, we don't produce as many cars overall, because that just takes longer. So we can reduce it to just 2 shifts. That lowers costs a little bit too. And now, ooh, yeah, I can see why this is a little bit problematic here to sell. Let's see what the supercar does. Oh, this is still pretty decent. I could lower it 1 snap here. That would help, I guess. And now we just exit out, and that is saved to start next month. So we should see the result in early March. And then early March we just cancel it right away. Unless it's cancelled anyway, because it needs to factory upgrade. And there we go. We didn't get sales numbers for some reason. Maybe because I fooled around with the buttons here. But we did produce a lot more hypercars and a lot more super convertibles. So what I'm going to do now is just to cancel the production. See? All says cancelled now. And we are going to sell off our stock before the Hockenheim Mark II goes into production. And that is what we are waiting for now. Is there anything else we need to design right now? The Dresden Lux has its successor. It's already on the way. The Hockenheim has its successor. And the Dresden Mark II is in production and still needs its successor. So that's what we are going to do next. Well, I think we can just wait another year, as we have so much stock lying around of this one. Yeah, it needs a little bit more time to sell in these downturns. Ooh, this is looking pretty grim again. And we did well though. We sold off the ones which we produced the ones which needed production. The hypercar is selling really well. 300. Wow. Oh no, sorry. 53 and 31. But this number is going down quickly. Oh, but look at this. We already have 4 months worth of sales in stock for the Dresden Mark II, our premium vehicle. Ugh. The economy is doing really poorly. But, oh, another good thing though. Look at our reputation. It's slowly recovering as we are now building more reliable shit as compared to before. And in Farenia, of course, we are lagging behind because we are only selling our supercars and hypercars, which have really shit reliability. And the production of the Hockenheim Mark II begins. The only problem is that we still have a month's worth of sales for our Hockenheim. But no, that won't matter. That will be fine. And we were taxed with 200 million. So we are getting through this little crisis, this downturn, reasonably well. Let's pause here and check the production. Hockenheim Mark II. Ouch! Yeah. That is a lot of stock. But on the other hand, we are basically zero. At minus 2 million is nothing. Let's check the region economy. Yes, it's flattening out. And should be on the rise again pretty soon. Let's see. Is it? Oh yeah, that's not too bad. This looks very green. They now finally have learned about this rare thing called a light sports car. It's not like a tank with a lot of engines on top, but rather lightweight and with a small engine that revs to the moon. And all these categories are kind of underperforming. So what is the general gist of this? Oh, they had this boom too, but it was much smaller. Oh no, not really. I mean, this is almost a doubling of the economy from there to there. And Farenia, ooh, now they get a big downturn. That's why we are not selling our supercars and hypercars anymore, because all the Farenians are bankrupt. They have their biggest depression ever now. Look at that. They are almost back at where they started. Oh, no, they are exactly back at where they started. In the 80s, that is a massive depression in there. Wow, they are kind of fucked. But now they're turning up again, so it isn't quite as bad, it seems. Huh. So overall, I think we're just having to sit it out and build stock and then just cancel the productions a little earlier and have the replacements ready when it makes sense. So it's 86, so any new model we are designing now would come out in 1990. So we need a plan of action. And looking at how all our stocks are building up, apart from the Dresden Lux, which is still selling really nicely, I think we are just waiting a year and then determine exactly what we want to do, put into design to replace with. Because we need a replacement for both the Hockenheim Mark II and the Dresden Mark II. And I'm not so sure how we want to do that. So let's wait a year. There's a slight growth back in the markets, and let's take a look at our production and stock levels here while the year takes over. Or no, I paused it right before. So we don't have the stock months right now, so let's just tick it over and see what comes out of that. Okay. Oh wow, the Hockenheim Mark II, because of the Farenian Great Depression. My God, that is taking its toll. We are selling plenty in Gasmir still, but not in Farenia at all. Let's see how the region economies are doing for luxury. Ah yeah, you see, we may be having this head and shoulder pattern, which I pointed out before. Ouch, that may be bad. That may be really bad. And if we go to, if we go to Farenia, ooh. Oh, now that is bad. There is no bounce whatsoever from below. So they will have a lot of trouble coming back here. This might be a long and deep one. So what do we do with all our super and hypercars? Just look at that. We have 12,700 of them just standing around. That is not good. That's 2 years worth of stock almost. How do you deal with that? The Dresden Mark II is selling reasonably well. Making a decent profit, it seems. 62 million a month. Even though we have 7 months worth of stock already. Where do they find that large parking lots? It's 42,000 cars just standing around in the rain. And, well, those 12,700 supercars and hypercars. And it's so good, that's the worst part about it. It's such an amazing car and it just won't sell. Because no one has the money. Alright, but we have been standing around here and waiting for a year. And we really need a replacement for the Dresden Mark II. And that is the only one which really still sells. This one doesn't. So let's design a new one for the Dresden Mark II right now. Oh, I already see something for the next episode though. We are going to do that one for the Hockenheim, or we call it the Nürburg or something. But that is the next episode then. Oh, this is nice. This is really nice. It's a 4-door, but still. Or could we use this one? It has a convertible version. And we are aiming for the premium market. So if this actually is flagged correctly and counts as a convertible, then that would be a good car body. Let's make it a little bit bigger, more footprint. Footprint is good. Flare out the arches a little bit more. More space in the cabin. And yep, that's how we're going. I'm going for our standard Dresden Mark II build here by now. And oh, we do have partial alloys. That gets rid of the limited production flag, so we could produce even more of them. Although we are producing enough of them already. So let's go with the full alloy. And maybe the 4.5 liter V12 in full alloy as well. And by now I think they have figured out how to make those reliable too. So it just costs you the big engineering time, but it doesn't cost you any reliability anymore. And this is looking good. Very nice, solid build. We have the peak torque very early and then just flattening out. That's a very nice, comfortable ride. And a 4.5 liter 4.5 liter V12 in 1987, only producing 167 horsepower. It's a little bit pathetic, and this won't be improved a lot by amping up the compression to its proper value. Just 177 horsepower. But at least it's reliable, right? 63. That should get us back into positive territory for our reputation, I think. And, oh, nice! The viscous diff has arrived. That is good. Has low drivability. Oh, well, this one has low drivability as well. But it is a little bit more comfortable than the other diffs. So that's good. Let's go with this one. Maybe we don't even need that. I mean, we don't have that much wheel spin. Let's go without first with an open one, and then... not without differential, but with an open differential. And then take a look at the viscous diff, if need be. Wow, those barely fit in there. That's a little harsh. Let's go with the alloys and larger tires. And we do need all the rams. Oh, luxury CD. We could put a luxury CD in here. It's awesome. High tech. But then I don't think we can afford anything else. Maybe it's better though. That's the next class of thing you can put in, and we are 5 years ahead of the competition. So that will hit hard when it comes out. Advanced safety again, and hydropneumatic. Yes, yes, yes. Wow, that's a really sporty setup. That's a little much for that. Oh! Oh, okay. That explains it. That should be lower than at the front, not higher. There we go. That's much better. Do we have a lot of wheel spin? No, no, not really. We don't. So this setup is reasonable. Let's see what the viscous diff would do. It doesn't increase comfort, and it just amps up our engineering time. So really we don't need this one. Oh, we go without it. Oh, we have a little bit of roll angle problems here. Need stiffer sway bars overall. And where do we put those though? In the front we need to put them in order to get this one down. Now I just need to get the tuning about right. A 1.0 required over there. And that should be easy enough to do. There we go. And have a super high drivability. Oh, that is what I like to see. Suspension seems about right. A little harsh in the rear, maybe. Can we fix that? No, not without destroying the handling, obviously. Alright, so that it... Alright, what more to check? Well, the brakes, obviously. So let's adjust those to something more reasonable. We do have ABS nowadays, so the difference here isn't as disastrous as it used to be in the olden days of the 50s and 60s. But what can we do to make this better? I don't know. Maybe a little bit more here. Drop this down to 40 as well. No, that doesn't help comfort that much. I thought it would be better. 45, 40, 50. Yep, that's good. We are going with this, and gearing looks perfectly alright. 6.9 seconds from 0 to 100, so it is not a small turd. No, slow turd, but rather quick. Well, really slow for a big V12 in there, but yes. As this is an all-new body shape, I think it's time for a new name too. Let's call it the Nassau. And seeing that we have a convertible option here, let's try it out and see if the tags are properly set for it to actually work with a convertible. Yes, it works. Just look at how many stats are just being fucked by that. And the weight, that's because of the weight, definitely. And yep, this one certainly works, so we can just go ahead and call this the convertible. And I think now that all the naming is done, we should be able to continue. Unless this one is completely fucked. No, but it could be better. Can we drop a little bit of this? Yeah, okay, now we are moving into the correct territory once again. This was a step too much. 2 and 3, yes. So we're done here and have designed all our cars. So let's go through engineering. Ooh, 4.3 years. That's a long time. And 180 million. This is getting really expensive. So now let's not touch this anymore. And we can just increase this here to 4.3 as well. And considering that we are building inventory of the car already, so I don't know how this will be going, but I hope for an economic upturn so that we can sell all these. This one is supposed to go into the Dresden Mark II factory. And fortunately we have named it already in the last one so that we know the difference. Medium factory, yes, we shall select that one. And I don't think we have to upgrade it significantly, just pay for the retooling. And the retooling is massive as is, 100 million just for the retool. Fucking hell, that's big. 30 million here. We can produce 138 engines. That looks like we need an update. Yep, we do need the level 2 here, and that makes it a bit more expensive. but we do have the money. And we are producing for free shifts, as this extra cost here for the man hours isn't too bad. It's just a little thorn in the side, but 60 versus 200, that is quite a difference to 140 and 41. It's certainly worth it, I would say. We need 260 engines, and that with the engine factory upgrade is a non-issue. Let's go there. Yep, that's looking good. 260 out of 260.2. And everything is green! Everything is green! Ah, disappear. Alright, now we need the markup though. And we wanted to aim for something like 60-70%. See how much... Oh! No, this is not updated correctly. Let's see where we end up once this is updated correctly. Ah, yeah, that looks much more like it. Alright, 70, and the luxury variant also at 70, I would say. And there we go. Oh, that doesn't look nearly as good. Maybe 60? Yeah, 60 is better. And we do get into the premium segment just nicely. I'm happy with those. The sales numbers look alright. They even look like we could sell or produce a few more convertibles. We're making 100 a day? That's a lot. Anyway, we do sell a few in Furuinia as well, and that's the first market we sell to. Even Arana is getting a few sales. Free sales to the luxury category. And... oh, yeah, no, that's looking good. And we only need 11 months to pay off the costs. Grand total, this is getting so expensive. Even though we're not doing that much with the factories anymore. Now engineering really kicks us in the butt. Maybe we have to start engineering new projects a little later. Like give it an additional year of running before we engineer a new one. Because this is insane costs here. But on the other hand, we need to keep running and racking in the score. So let's sign off on this one. And let's check what is coming up next. So the Dresden Lux Mark II is coming out in May of 1988. That is next year. And the Nassau is coming out in 91. And the Hockenheim needs a follow-up car as soon as it starts selling again, I would say. Because this car is amazing, but we just can't sell it right now. The market isn't there. Region economies, they are... it's all grey. It's one grey mess. But this looks a little friendlier already. That's good. Region economy is on the uptick again. But I think this looks like the big sine Kondratiev sine wave here. And this will be dropping off ever so slightly hereafter. Not too much though. I don't think it will be too bad. But this bounce is basically a dead cat bounce we are in right now. I don't think it will be rising thereafter, but rather tumble down again. So we are doing really well so far in this campaign. Let's close down a few cancelled projects here. And but the stocking of cars, that needs to stop. Anyway, I think this is a good point to wrap up. And hope you enjoyed, and see you guys next time.